Congratulations to Wyatt OH, the winner of the previous giveaway. I actually have one more of these Halo World Championship Series posters. If you'd like to win it, just comment down below with more or less anything and like and subscribe. I'll draw a winner for the next video. So we're sort of continuing our series here of what the heck is going on and how did we get here? And a lot of evidence has been presented the last week. I mean, we've been on a big journey together, you and I. I have had one of the craziest weeks, one of the craziest months of my life, where I was at the Halo World Championship, I was at Kevin's, the world's largest Halo collection. Being able to represent my channel and the brand abroad is always just such a blessing, and I just put out a new Shopify drop yesterday. Everything is going according to plan, except for the massive elephant in the room. We still do not really know what the heck has happened and what the heck is going to happen next, because it's been a year and a half since any new Halo Mega product. Halo Mega Bloks been there for 16 years. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but at the same time, I feel like it's something worth beating a dead horse about, because it genuinely baffles me how we've gone this long with radio silence from Mattel Toys. It genuinely just baffles me. But the last week has been pretty crazy. We've done a lot of really interesting research. A lot of people have come to me with a lot of tantalizing information. I've been approached by people who claim to have leaks from next year's portfolio, which is crazy, but like, I don't give that any weight, and I don't talk about leaks on this channel. I think it's detrimental to the brand. But this is one of those moments where I really think that the evidence that is presented to us is showing us one path forward, and one path forward only, and that is Mattel Brick Shop. Folks, the last couple of weeks has not been easy, but I have had an outpour of support and love from this community, and particularly everything has been trending really well. The mention of a comeback or a potential comeback for Halo Mega is almost like it's awakening a sleeping giant. Like, the statistics on my channel and my Instagram have been the strongest they have been in years, and that goes to show that, like, not only is Halo a sleeping giant and Halo has been awoken, no matter what negativity you hear online and massive, like, just monstrous amount of criticism and critique towards Halo Campaign Evolved, I truly believe it's the only way forward. I truly believe it's the only way to save Halo from this, like, just muddied water that it finds itself in, and particularly launching on PlayStation. The only way forward for me is a Halo Campaign Evolved, Combat Evolved remake. So everything is trended up, right? I put a post out on Instagram talking about how Halo Mega might potentially be back. It was more just talking about the fact that Halo Mega is still in production, right? We've had some really epic news recently that a ton of the Halo Floodgate Firefight sets have got Mattel bricks in, which means there is a new wave being produced with Mattel bricks. It means Halo Mega is still in production, which is a huge win for us. And since then, community members have come forward and found Mattel bricks in the Renegade Banshee, in the Squid Game set, in the Fallout Red Rocket set, which means that Halo Mega and Mega as a whole is still in production, because we've not known what the heck is even happening to Mega Bloks as an entity, and we still don't really know. And as I've said before, a lot of my main concerns are for the protection of Mega Bloks as an entity going forward. But what we've definitely seen is that a lot of the sets that Mega Bloks have produced are still in production, which is a really strong sign. Is it a strong, like, confirmation for the future? No, absolutely not. But it means that those products are selling well, still consistently, which only means that it is more likely that Mega Bloks is protected by Mattel and not liquidated into Mattel's office. Speaking of that, however, the evidence right now, particularly the video that I put out 2 days ago showcasing how Mattel's website, right, Mattel.com, Mattel Unboxed, they have scrubbed, I mean scrubbed, Mega Bloks from their websites. It's gone. And I mourned quite a lot 2 days ago, and I still am. But the main takeaway from it, which kind of seems definitive at this point, is that Mega Bloks as an entity, as a brand, is kind of done for. And we've seen the warning signs 100 miles away. We've been concerned about this for a long time, but I think this definitely confirms that Halo Mega as a brand is being reduced down to just an entity inside of Fisher-Price as preschool building blocks. You can see my full analysis of that 2 days ago, and the analysis of some of the evidence that Halo Mega might be making a comeback 4 days ago. But today, we're talking about what the future holds from what I've understood this as from talking to a lot of different people in this community and a lot of professionals in the field. My understanding now is that Mattel Brick Shop is the only way forward. It's pretty much the only conclusion you can make at this point, that there is no future for Mega. It seems like Mega Bloks as an entity is toast, because it's had a huge issue, and again, you can see this more 2 days ago. It's had a huge branding identity crisis for a long, long time. It's never been able to really get its footing and tell the consumer what it actually is, and the consumer, unfortunately, has constantly just associated it with knockoff Legos, which is very unfortunate. Could that have been avoided? I'd love to know your thoughts down below, but like, honestly, I don't know if it could have. Maybe if there was like a stronger emphasis on the branch off Mega Construx being for adult collectors, but at the same time, Mega Construx was not good for search engine optimization, and we find ourselves here anyway. Speculation on the past is one thing, but we find ourselves at this point, and I would love Mattel to actually just tell us what's going on here, but it seems like that's not going to happen. It seems like we are here piecing the pieces together, and I think that's the natural conclusion. I think that's the conclusion a lot of the people in my comment section have made and on my community posts. I think what Mattel is trying to do is create a brand new, fresh slate, brand new start for their construction toys under Mattel Brick Shop. Sweep away the past. I hope in the future you will acknowledge the past in some sort of legacy section of your website, but sweep away the past and build into the future with Mattel Brick Shop, because Mattel Brick Shop is selling exceptionally well from what we can tell. It's starting to appear in more and more retail stores. There's live events. It does seem like it's gaining a cult following already. I think a lot of adult collectors are coming over to this as a new, fun, fresh alternative to Lego. And you've seen that with Lumi Bricks, Funhole. You've seen that with a lot of these other Chinese competitors that have come out of nowhere. You can definitely see that with Blockies. Blockies is exploding right now. And I think Mattel Brick Shop definitely wants to have a slice of that pie, but do it with a fresh coat of paint. And honestly, and Brickman117 summarized this very well, that might be the best option regardless. We can mourn about what the loss of the identity of Mega Bloks means, but excuse my dog barking at the door, but you can understand like what's been lost with that identity, but then you can look forward thinking, well, okay, if Halo is truly having this fresh start next year, if it's going to be coming to PlayStation 5 and hopefully reignite or like ignite a brand new passion in a brand new fan base as well as reignite old, then the best way to do that successfully with a toy line is a brand new start. And unfortunately, when you delete things like megaconstrux.com and Mega Unboxed, their archive of Mega Bloks Halo and forums, you kind of do sweep away a lot of that old search engine data associated with Mega Bloks, right? So like if you delete all the official websites and scrub it all away, that's a bad thing. I don't agree with it, but you do offer yourself this organic, fresh way to market your products with a brand new line, potentially, of Halo Mattel Brick Shop next year. And then when people search for that, it's trying to get them to cast aside these old ideas of what they might have seen Mega Bloks as. That sounds ridiculous because from a community standpoint, from us, why would you want to do that? Like, the community here is epic. The toy line has been epic for 15 years. So, like, why would you want to do that? But from an outsider, average consumer's perspective, maybe there's just too much association with Mega Bloks Halo as being associated with this children's toy or this knockoff Lego company. So maybe they're going to try and market this as a whole new thing. Okay, so immediate question, what the heck does that mean? Let's play a little thought experiment, okay? And a lot of your feedback, a lot of your comments in these videos are going to shape the next videos I make. So please do make sure to let me know what you think. But let's just play a little game, okay? Let's say Halo Mattel Brick Shop is truly a brand new entity. What does that mean for what we already have? What does that mean for how different the next thing will be? Quite a few many things, quite a few different avenues you could go down. I think a lot of people are starting to worry that a Halo Mattel Brick Shop might mean no minifigures, and I understand that concern. Minifigures are like the backbone. They are the thing that has built Halo Mega from the start. They are why we collect. They are why we buy. They are the army builders. If you know anything about Halo Mega, you'll know that someone will buy 25 Hornet Recons because they just want 25 ODSTs, right? They're not gonna buy 25 Hornet Recons if they don't have an ODST with them. So minifigures are at the very foundational core of Halo Mega Bloks, and for a successful toy line, they need to continue. For a successful adult collector's line. But there is concern that I share with all of you that a Halo Mattel Brick Shop collab or whatever product line wouldn't have minifigures. So what does that mean as well? They could be different minifigures to what we're used to. They could be scaled up, they could be scaled down, they could be turned around, they could be die cast. You know, the only thing we have to compare to right now is the Hot Wheels Mattel Brick Shop. It's not really a fair comparison because I think a lot of people just take that and they're like, well, it's gonna be a warthog with a die-cast warthog, and I get that. I've kind of had that idea before. Someone else on my comment section said that just yesterday. I don't think it's a fair comparison yet because we've just seen one product line from Mattel Brick Shop. Maybe Mattel Brick Shop really is just scaled vehicles and die-casts, which I ain't even going to be, I won't hate that if that comes out. I'll think that, like, if we get a large-scale, really bespoke, beautiful Warthog with a die-cast Warthog, I'll think that's epic, but it better have a minifigure with it. And that's going to be, like, you know, cost-cutting wise, like, I don't think they would keep all those molds in play and run that factory through just to produce one minifigure per set. I could be completely wrong. I don't know blank about anything, right? But a lot of me leans towards it being large-scale vehicles, but obviously it is way too early to tell. And also, that might not be a fair comparison as well, because when you think about Hot Wheels sets that were basically directly translated over to Mattel Brick Shop with some upgrades, they were left the same. So perhaps Halo sets translated over will have upgrades but remain the same. So that will obviously, only time will tell. I think the number one thing that we know is that they will be marketed to adults. But then again, Halo Mega has been marketed to adults for many years. Of course, this is all speculation, thinking that Halo Mattel Brick Shop might even be a thing. We don't know. Mattel, please, just one post saying Halo X Mattel Brick Shop, please. 2026, just one post. But it opens up a lot of different avenues, and I would love to hear your speculations. I mean, I guess if I get enough speculations on what it could be, what a Halo Mattel Brick Shop collab could be, I could make that into its own video. Even if Mattel Brick Shop Halo next year is not what we want, it continues the partnership. It continues a through line between Microsoft and Mattel, and it's so much easier to suggest changes versus suggesting bringing something back, right? Like, if they launch next year and they don't have minifigures, we could start a petition and try and get their attention. I don't know how much a petition would get their attention, but we could try. And that perfectly beelines into my next point. I have written a massive petition with a lot of my friends. We wrote a petition to present to Mattel on change.org or whatever website we choose, which is titled Bring Halo Mega Back or Save Halo Mega. I think even if Mattel Brickshop is the new branding, I would still always refer to these as Halo Mega. I've started just referring to them generally as Halo Mega Bloks. I do sometimes refer to the newer sets as Mega Construx, but Mega Bloks is, I'd never just use Halo Mega. I think it's just not a catchy name, especially for search engines and for my videos getting traction. But Halo Mattel Brickshop, I would advertise as that, but that's beside the point. Next year is the 25th anniversary of Halo and of Xbox, and Halo Fest is next year, and the Halo's coming to PlayStation, and it's campaign evolved, and there's probably going to be 2 and 3 after that. And the Halo Studios confirmed they have multiple Halo games in the works. We might even get a new multiplayer next year. We don't know. So it's like, I'm on the fence, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. I have this petition that we drew up about a month ago. It was being written months and months and months ago, but it was finalized by me and a group of friends about a month ago, and it's perfect. I love it, but I'm thinking, like, is it the right moment anymore for a petition? I go back and forth. I think that it would be a bold move as like one last stand. Like, I think it would feel good for all of us to put our names behind a petition to see how many of us there are. I mean, this Instagram post, right, that I put out just the other day, talking about, I don't even think I finished that point. I'm scatterbrained right now. There's so much to think about. But that post I put out the other day advertising the potential return of Halo Mega. Yeah, Halo survived with the Mattel brick logos. Over 600,000 impressions. There are fans out there. Halo Mega has touched a generation worth of gamers and toy enthusiasts, collectors, while a lot of people, I think the mammoth share of people that have been impacted by this over the years, don't collect anymore. They're always on the sidelines. When you go in like Halo discords, everybody knows what Mega Bloks is. Like, it exists in the back of people's brains, and it just takes the perfect marketing push to reignite all those fans. And I believe that's possible. And I'm just wondering whether a petition is the right move. I go back and forth. I think it would be cool to make one last stand, but I also think that maybe we have some level of certainties that there will be something next year, but not enough. Like, we still don't have anywhere near confirmation, so I would love to hear what you think down below. One thing I will say about the minifigure situation is when, you know, I've been in this game the whole time, and when Mattel and Mega, you know, transformed Mega Bloks minifigures into new articulation, there was a huge outcry that everybody was going to, you know, abandon the hobby, and they've changed them forever, and they've betrayed us all, and what are we meant to do with all these old figures? That subsided over time, and now people, you know, people still are very, I'm insanely nostalgic for the old stuff, but I welcome in the new stuff. Like, when the new articulation came in, I was one of the ones that just thought it was dope to begin with, but I understood the criticisms. And I think it would be similar now if they changed the formula, they changed the game again. As long as it still felt like Halo Mega organically, then I would be on board. So I think we're just at one of those points where just make yourself known, make yourself loud, post about Halo Mega again, pick up a camera, record something, take some toy photography, engage in the stop motion contest. The Fall of Reach deadline is sometime next year. I still need to do a proper full announcement, but I've been crazy busy. But just get involved with the community again. Pick up your old Halo Mega, take it apart and build it again. Tell us online what you think or what you enjoy about it. Go find some old videos you used to enjoy. Go watch the domain. But it's just a time where, like, I think we should try and like push forward with enthusiasm and excitement. I think we should act like there's some certainty for the future. Like, I'll always manage expectations here, but I think going forward, now that we know that Mattel bricks are in Halo sets, and now that we know that Mattel Brickshop was quoted as an official partner of Halo, that we should push forward with the kind of pressure that it's almost like we know that this is going to be a partnership. And then if it isn't, if it turns out to not be, Mattel can see more and more loudly that we are invested, we are engaged. Don't go to Mattel Brickshop posts and just like spam frustration, but you can go to those posts and say, we really hope there's some Halo Mega next year. We've seen some of the news. Please make sure there's some Halo collabs next year. I think that's positive encouragement. But yeah, I think from all the evidence, and you could have asked me and I would have said a completely different answer a week ago, but the amount of evidence that has been presented to us at the Halo World Championship and beyond, in my mind, is not only evidence that Halo is more likely to appear under Mattel Brickshop than Mega Bloks, but also, alarmingly, the evidence that Mega Bloks dealing with adult collector toy lines probably doesn't even exist anymore. So going forward, I think the only hope is Mattel Brickshop. Help us, Mattel Brickshop. You're our only hope. I think it's just about that, you know? I would love to know what you guys think about these videos. I've been enjoying the last week really speaking my mind about what I think comes next. And everywhere I look, there are positive signs. I'm going to be making a video talking about every single sign that I've found coming soon. But in general, look out this Sunday for a live stream where I'm unboxing. No, I'm reviewing. I'm not unboxing anything. I'm reviewing every single Halo Hero series ever, back-to-back series 1 to 18. It's going to be a monster video. And just go support your local content creators. Go support your favorite Instagrammers. Go share and like and comment and boost everything on the algorithm. And if you post about Halo Mega on Instagram, use hashtag Save Halo Mega Bloks. I don't think it hurts anyone. I think if anything, if Mattel sees the pressure, I don't know if they will, but if they see the pressure, surely it's only going to make them more emboldened to just make an announcement and be the saviors, basically. Even though it's rich calling the saviors the people that, you know, kind of took the product line away to begin with. But in general, like, a lot of my frustrations are in my video 2 days ago. I still have a massive amount of frustrations for, like, the implications of sort of revisionist history approach to just sort of scrubbing everything and starting again like it was always the plan. But I think it is arguably, even though ethically I don't agree with it, I think it is arguably the best chance that Halo Mega has at a future, and I think it's probably the best chance our community has. In saying that, our community will survive anything. I mean, we've survived the last year and a half and we're still stronger than ever, but I think going forward, Halo Mattel Brickshop is the only option. It's the only way forward. I think the evidence almost certainly points to the fact that Mega Bloks is sort of a dead brand in Mattel now, and that they will just be making preschool bricks and will go forward with this. And I think that there is very strong evidence that there is a good path forward. I mean, maybe next year Mattel Brickshop Halo launches and it is literally just a single collab of a Combat Evolved Warthog. But anything, I'll take anything at this point. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired. I just want some actual official confirmation. But until I do and beyond, I will always be your spokesperson and your brand ambassador unofficially, and I will always do the very best I can to support and maintain this brand, because I've done it for half my life. I give practically every experience when I think about it, like everything has been around this. Every positive experience I've had over the last 4 or 5 years is because of this brand, and I've seen it through. I've literally not missed a week uploading like 4 or 5 years. Like I'm keeping on going on this, and I don't plan on stopping. So I want all the speculation down below, and that will impact the next video I make. But I think, conclusion to 2 days ago, Mattel Brickshop is the way forward. How we feel about that and how we assess it, how we work with it, is up to us. I'm a strong believer in just manifesting your own destiny, in interpreting everything in life. You can have things happen to you, but it's always how you react. It's how you choose to react to a situation. You create your own reality. You interpret everything as you want to in life. You can look at the negatives of this situation, or you can look at the positives, and you can just be proud that you're part of this beautiful community. Be proud that it survived a year and a half without product, and if there's another year and a half without product, it will survive. But hey, there's some signs that we might get out of this in one piece. Really appreciate your support and your love and everything that you give me, and I'll see you next time. Domain signing out.